Whatever happened between me and daddy, it has nothing to do with you as a child. Also, very importantly, to tell the child that what happened with us in a failed marriage should not be the same for you next time. Hey there, this is Benjamin from LiveSmart Asia here. Once a month, the LiveSmart community gathers together and we learn more together. You're going to be watching one of my closed-door sessions that I do monthly for the parents. Now, what's the purpose of this Parent Thrive? I believe that parenting can be quite a lonely journey sometimes. That's the reason why we have all this session every month so that we can grow together and thrive together. So, enjoy, watch, and share this video if you want to. See you at the next Parenting Thrive. How can your children benefit from parental love? Based on a Harvard research done in 1938, happy and successful life are rooted in good relationships of the parents. A feeling of acceptance, nurture, parental love during childhood is one of the best predictors of future success. It says that if you have good relationship, more likely you will be able to bring that out and bring that sense of confidence. Now, I'm sorry to say this. I know that some of us might not have a spouse with us. Maybe the spouse is deceased. Maybe the spouse is like separated, divorced, and all that kind of thing. I handle many children who are like this also. Every time when I encounter this, I will see that children are somewhat affected by their family or their parents' relationship. Parents who are going through problems in life, I think you got to make it very clear to your children. Whatever happened between me and daddy or daddy and me, it has nothing to do with you as a child. Also, very importantly, to tell the child that what happened with us in a failed marriage should not be the same for you next time. Because I seen children who are from divorced family, and when they grow up, they take that burden with them and they find it difficult to commit to love. They find it difficult to commit to family, to having a good marriage as well. So this is very important. You have to bring that understanding to the children and remind them that whatever experience I experience is unique to me. It will not happen to you as well. My father passed away due to heart problem. And I was 20 years old when that happened. But my father had heart surgery when I was roughly about 10 years old. He will always tell me, say, be very careful because I've got heart problem. You are more likely to get heart problem. Now, I think we have all heard about this before. Until very recently, like few years back, I met a cardiologist in Singapore at Gleneagles, and I had a good conversation with the doctor. Because my father has a heart problem, I think that I am more susceptible to getting a heart problem. You know what the cardiologist said to me? Whatever happened to your father, it's a unique experience for your father. It does not necessarily mean it will happen to you as well. Yes, you got to look after yourself, but that doesn't mean that you will have the same problem. I think that day with my conversation with that doctor, that is something extremely important that I learned. You know what the doctor said to me? He said, Benjamin, right now in this day and age, if you open up any of the people's heart, more likely than not, you will see blockages inside. It is not a matter just because whatever happened to your father, you are more likely to, but whatever you are experiencing, whatever blockages or anything, it is what you eat and consume that makes a difference. That day itself, when I spoke to the doctor, right, it was very big, eye-opening, because a lot of times, whatever we experience in life, we bring it with us in life. The bad things and the good things. Sadly, sometimes we remember more of the bad things. Now also, like I mentioned to you, physical health, researchers found that those who did not experience parental love were more than twice likely to develop physical illnesses 35 years later. So it's all down to us parents to bring in that care, that love, that conditioning, and we bring it through not only the way we talk. I'm pretty sure we bring it through the way that we cook as well. So a lot of people these days, we want to give our children a good meal. Now consider bringing our children good homemade meal or a healthy meal rather than just fast food restaurants. So this is done by another research by Harvard. 35 years later, people who experience better family love, they did not experience as much physical illnesses. Self-esteem and self-adequacy. Your children's self-esteem, their confidence, is very much linked to the way that we bring up our children. Okay? Social competence. How our children is able to talk to their friends and all that. Parents, we help that as well. Their social behavior orientation, through repeated familiar interactions. If they see us talking to our friends nicely, having good friendship, they will be able to do that as well. And of course, academic competence. This is very much relevant, especially when I'm dealing with a lot of children. The children who are more competent academically, it's also because the parents have spent a lot more time ever since they're younger. If you start getting them to read, start getting them to do their work and everything, they will have the same habit and they bring it through when they're much older. You can also develop patience. A child isn't a small adult. Their brain may not understand some things, and it can be very difficult to get your point across. But a good parent needs to be patient and not always put their child down for everything. Sometimes when my children do something wrong, I allow them to do it. Then after that, when they make a mistake, I call them to the corner and talk to them rather than shouting and screaming in front of the sibling. Do you realize sometimes that when you scold one kid, the other two kids can start to laugh at the other kid? Have you experienced that before? Like you scold the older one, then the younger one gets so happy about it. It becomes a competition, like who gets scolded first. Just a tip, bringing them one side alone and telling them sometimes will be the better solution. Because if you embarrass them in front of their siblings, will somehow rather sadly feel happy about it also. Now, you can also teach about loving someone unconditionally. We love our children unconditionally, but it's not very easy.